What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to show you how to backup a database using SQL Server Management Studio. There are two ways you can backup your database. You can use SSMS GUI way, or you can use a SQL script. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can do that using SSMS. So one thing I wanted to highlight, so if you're trying to be a DBA, I would like to tell you that the backup is the number one priority for a DBA because it will help you recover from a disaster. So you know that anything can happen. So if a disaster happens, the DBA needs to be ready to recover the company from a backup, which is why it is very important for you to put your backup as a number one priority on your list, right? So one thing also I wanted to highlight is when you're taking a backup, you can actually take a local backups, but make sure you will move them to a different site, because keeping the backups on the same location as the databases can cause a problem in the future if the server crashes. Yeah, so avoid also storing your backups in a C drive or any drive that has databases file, because if the server dies, you will lose all your backups and you won't be able to recover from the disaster. So let's get started. So the first thing you need to do, you need to open your SSMS, and to your left, you will see File Explorer. Under File Explorer, there's a button called Connect, and there's the plugin icon. You can either click the plugin icon or you can click Connect button. So in this case, let's click on Connect. Let's choose database engine. And then right here, if you have connected to your server before, SSMS will pick it up automatically. But let's say you're not trying to connect to the server that SSMS picked for you. So what you have to do, you open the drop down and do browse for more. And then from here, you will expand database engine, and you'll see all your instances listed below the database engine. In my case, I only have one instance for this machine, so I am gonna pick it, and then I'll do OK. So then you can do connect. So once you're connected to SSMS, you will notice a couple of folders under your instance. So you have the backups folders, the security, the server objects, the replication, polybase, always on high availability, management, and so on and so forth. So what we want is the databases, because that is where we will find the database that we want to backup. So what you're going to do, you're going to expand the databases folder, and you will see all the databases listed right here. So you have basically 4 databases. What you're going to do, you're going to choose the database that you want to backup. So right click the database. In my case, I'm going to backup this database, AdventureWorks 2016_2. So I'm going to right click it and go to tasks. Then you find backup right here. So click on backup. Once this small window will open, then there are a couple of things you will notice. Right below here, you'll see that SSMS already picked a path and a backup name for you. So if you're trying to backup to the same location, then you don't need to do anything else. But in case what the SSMS picked is not what you want, like the location you want to put your backup is completely different from this one. So what you're going to do is you will remove it, and then click add. So right here, you'll see these ellipses to your right, then click on these ellipses. And right here, it will show you the drives. And then you just have to look for the drive where you want to store your backups. In my case, I only have one drive, which is a C drive. But if you have multiple drives, you will see them all listed right here. The reason why I'm seeing only the C drive is because I only have one drive on my machine. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to expand it. So go ahead and expand the drive that you are going to put your backups in. So in my case, it's going to be on the C drive in the backup folder right here. So I'm just going to select the folder. Now I need to give the name to my backup. So what I'm going to call it is Adventure Works, right? Adventure Works 2016 .bak. So the BAK is for full backup. If you want to take transaction log backup, you can do TRN. If you want to take like differential backup, you can choose DIF or DIFF. Both of them will work the same way. In our case, we are backing up our database for full backup. So I'm going to choose the file extension BAK. So once you have given the name to your backup, you can click OK. So then you'll see here your name, the name of your backup, and then do OK again. Now, what you have to do, you're going to click on your left, you're going to click on media options. And then under overwrite media, you have a few options to choose from. You have the append to an existing backup set, and you have overwrite all existing backup sets. What the append means, you have a backup set. I mean, you have a backup on the location that you are going to put your new backup, and you want to append it to that existing backup that you have there. So what is going to happen, you will have one file, but inside that file, you will have two backups in there. Next one, we have overwrite all existing backup sets. This option will help you save space. If you want to overwrite your backup, for example, you don't mind overwriting your backups because you move them to a different location, so overwriting is not a problem, then you can choose this option. What will happen is the old backup set will get overwritten, will get wiped out completely, and it will be replaced by the new backup that you are just about to take. So you're going to do overwrite all existing backup sets. That's the option that we are going to choose. And then there's the backup option. This is under the compression. You have a couple of options. We have three options. The first option means your backup will use the configurations that you set up when you are configuring your server. They are option that you can actually configure for backup. So if you have already configured it, what will happen, this backup will pick those settings, and that is what is going to get applied to this backup. And the compression means you want to shrink your backup. You want it to be as smaller as possible. So you can choose this compress to save space. Do not compress, as the name states, it will not compress your backup. It will backup the database as is, which means if your database is 2 gigabytes, your backup also will be 2 gigabytes. So I like to choose compress backup because that is going to help me save space on my drive. So I'm just gonna pick it. So once you do this, you should be done. What you're gonna do, you have to click on OK. So the backup is completed. Actually, the timing depends on your backup size. In my case, my database is very small, so it didn't take that much to complete. But if your database is bigger, it's going to take some time. So you just have to be patient and wait for it to complete. We can verify just to make sure that the backup is in the location we wanted to put it. So I did put my backup inside the C drive. So I'm going to open C drive, and this is where we put my backup, and I'll find the most recent backup. I think the most recent is this one. As you can see, it's 11:39, and we took this backup at 11:38. So your backup is taken, and if you want to send it somewhere else, you can always copy or create a scheduled job to move the backups every morning or every afternoon or as you wish. So this is all for backing up a database. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.